You know, the other thing that I can report to you today is that after maybe it was maybe a 9-year position that I had, we're going to own the land at Camp Meehan, the 16 acres. It's open space for the town. It really is. It's you know, I tell everyone the story. It's about 9 years ago, I brought out all the news clippings. You know, and I was reading at my business one day where Lincoln was purchasing the 52 or 58 acres from I think all capital cities at the time. And I said, you know, what are we doing? Didn't know I was going to be the mayor at that time. Didn't know I was going to run for mayor. But I knew that smart businesses, you purchase the property at what's yours for protection. So I came to the town and said, what are we doing? Don't worry about it. I said, okay. Zoned open space. So I got nervous, went back 6 months later. I got all the minutes of the meetings. We're going on all zoned open space and we're all set. 3 months later, I went back, there was developers involved. Anyway, bottom line is, we went to Superior Court. We got beat. And I'm saying, if there's something wrong here, because what was being said at the time was that our comprehensive plan wasn't adopted properly. And we adopted the comprehensive plan, telling it before I was here, in the proper manner, as what I read, and so did 38 other communities. And I'm saying something smells here, because if we did it wrong, and 38 other communities did it wrong, I said, we need to go to Supreme Court. And I knew there was maybe a little politics involved. So we went to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court saw right through it and said that the land that we did, the town adopted the comprehensive plan in the proper manner, and that the land is zoned open space. So with that, the value of the land comes down. So the second part, well, yeah, that's the second part. The third part of this is we then met with a new nonprofit corporation took over this land by the name of Gateway. We then met with people from Gateway. And we have, so we met with them, and I said to the fellow, I said, look, I just want you to know we can take this land from you. But I don't want to do that. I want to work this out. We have a program for the kids. And, you know, we want to allow you to continue to use it for the kids. All I'm concerned about is that we own it. Our children, their children, and their children. Because we have the least amount of open space left per capita, per square mile in the state of Rhode Island, by the way. Wow. So it was very important. It's underwater. Why would you give that land up? Anyway, so we convinced this new company, and we talked with them, because when I looked at the new board of directors on this Gateway, Colonel Parry is on the board of directors. He helped me with my transition. Is that right? Help me with my transition, so I called him up. I said, I need your help. We need to own this property. So anyway, he came in and he helped us out. I will tell you that. So you can thank him if you see him. But in any case, so they said, what's on your mind now? I said, I'd like to do a 5-year agreement with you. He said, what's that? I said, $100,000 a year. So the guy said, oh. Anyway, make a long story short, we have a 3-year agreement. We'll be signing in the next couple of weeks. The fourth part of this is, it looks like, we're waiting to hear any day now, that we may be getting half the money from a grant. So this could be the biggest, one of the biggest situations for our town for the next. Yeah. So
environmental commission, the training and putting it to life.
Yeah.
So we could time it with your house.
Yeah. I got actually a picture. They took a picture of that rod, similar to that, from Douglas on autumn day.
That's what we did.
And it's in my office.
Okay.
I bought it at the Christmas party. And everyone that comes in, I said, "This is it right here. Why would you give that up?"
No,
you know.
Crazy.
So we walked it today because there's a nice building there, like a nice community building, and and it's just phenomenal. I keep walking on that property, you say, why would anyone, not try to preserve this. In any case, it's going to be ours. That's going to be very important for this town for next 50, 100 years, shall we say. And the other thing is that, you know, now that when we own it, then we can go after some of those monies because you own it. And the last part about this is that we've already met with the people from Lincoln. They've got 50 acres there that are about ours, and we may be doing a dual town facility. You know, because they got a little more land than us. We could use the ball fields. We got the water they could use. We got the building they could use. So we approached them, and they're very open to the idea. I called there last week. We had a very, what I thought was positive meeting. And, you know, the granting agencies, there would be DEM, Feinstein, they all like to see towns do things together. So when I thought about that, we picked up the phone and called them. So that's going on also. I think you read that we got the grant to take care of the heating and air conditioning in the town hall with the geothermal. You know, we had heard, we heard someone had told me that the fellow that runs the auto wrecking salvage yard up at the landfill was looking for, you know, more land. So I went to visit him about a month ago, and we've got an agreement that'll give us approximately $16,000 a year, and I mean that was on landfill. And we're I think you read, we're doing a compost program there. You're going to be able to drop off your yard waste, or the landscapers in town will give them a better agreement for them to, you know, leave their leaves and compost there. They'll probably sell it back to them next year for a reduced rate. So we were standing up there and we were thinking about wind. I said, oh no, this will upset too many people with the noise. So I said, you know, maybe we could do solar up here, because if you go on the top of our landfill, it's 13.5 acres. You can see as far as your eyes. Oh man, Joe,
With a nice cross-country course, nature trail.
beautiful. But yeah, we can't. Well, we could, but here's the bottom line. We'll do that at the new land. We put out an RFP, and I think it's one of the people tomorrow for solar energy on the top there, because there's no trees, there's nothing in the way. It's a 360 wide open. So we think when all is said and done, we could probably derive at least $150,000 of additional revenue for the town of there. Yeah, really. So I mean, you know, these are the things that are going on.
Exciting.
It really is. It is. It's really exciting. So, and in the meantime, we're just trying to hold the line as far as the spending. We're down 37 positions, by the way. And no one lost a job. Someone retired, or God forbid if they passed on, we just have to replace them. So we're just trying to get more with less. It's times, because in 3 years, the first 3 years, and we were here 2.5 years, we were cut close to $5 million in revenue sharing. So, you know, that accumulates. You know, we had a deficit of $5.6 million when we came here. So, you know, you're talking $10.5 million, bang, in 2 years. What happened? So, we're getting there. And it's tough because you have to say no when no needs to be said. And you see some people that come to the town hall, you know, to pay their taxes, you know they're in trouble. Oh, man. And that's what makes you so upset when you are sitting at the bargaining table and